So I've studied neoliberalism last semester, and now I've decided, which I've decided a month and a half ago, just to leave university and go back to trade school. And what I've realized about as we're heading towards to technology, and it's getting to the stage is like it's sort of like privatization, and they're using that sort of business model to base on who you are and what you do and are you competent. As we have technology introducing in our lives, is getting a lot more difficult and difficult. For example, for my last semester, we had this pretty much sign in. You have to do a quiz within the your lectures. You have to do a quiz within the lectures, and the teacher knows whether you are in or not. And after that, the teachers will give you a paper for your sign-in sheet saying that you're attendant for today's class. Now, obviously, I didn't do too well with my class, and therefore I did fail the entire unit. But the most important bit is when the teacher comes back to you and say, look, William, you have not achieved the attendance. On my record, it shows me that your early attendance was 50%. This is very scary because I know for the fact of myself, I've attended more than 80%. But at the end of the day, that's up to the teachers. I did came late to class. I did, I did sign in with the work, the sign-in sheet. But it's very difficult. Sometimes these teachers will go through your profile, your activities, what do you do? They go through everything. And they're based on that and saying that, William, look at this. You haven't achieved this. You haven't do this. You haven't do this. Blah, 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 blah. I haven't seen you in lectures. Well, I'll be sitting at the front and sitting at the back. But at the same time, I don't want to complain too much. What I'm trying to say is now is technology is getting to the stage of learning. And that is one part. And also, like I said, when I went to TAFE and did the, literacy and numeracy exam. And obviously, I passed the numeracy, but the literacy was designed to fail. And I'm just there, I'm like, man, this course is just, I'm doing a Cert 3. Why would they need to make it that difficult? So it's basically what they're trying to do is trying to make you to get back and do foundation courses before you get to this, whatever course you wanted to do. And this is where neoliberalism, that's where businesses model comes in. Because I remember when I was doing trade school, TAFE, before this technology enters, it was just a paper and a pen or a pencil. And you just circle boxes, you write whatever you need to, and whether you pass or fail. And I truly believe that was a lot more easier than what we have nowadays. Everything is technology. And we are getting to a stage where everything is going to technology. And obviously, us young bloods, we are so aware of what we need to do and everything. And the funny part about this whole thing is it's easier for a person to go through university than going to TAFE. Where TAFE or trade school, wherever you're from, because when you go to university, of course they want your high school certificate, and as well, 800 words statement or 2,000 word statement, the reason why you've picked this unit or this course, and after that, you pass. And it's up to the teachers whether they like you or not. And, they pretty much will go through and say, yep, we'll need you. But what I'm trying to say is, if you go through a university is not going through really well, or very, very privatized university or college, you're most likely to get accepted there than TAFE. And it's the saddest part to know about it. And also, I just recently applied for military, even though I got knocked back due to my medical. Because my medical does not meet their requirement. To be honest, that test that they gave me in the military, ADF, Australian Defence Force, was even easier than the TAFE one. It's also less time-consuming comparison with university. And I understand, nobody wants to join the military nowadays. And I totally could sympathize by acknowledgement. But it just doesn't make sense. Like, now it's just gone to the stage where foundation school, trade schools are a lot more difficult. And they want you to go through, the lowest of the course. Foundation course, in order for you to reach for another 6 months or 1 year just to get to that education level. And that's what I'm seeing with ever since I got back from university and having that lens of neoliberalism. Whether it is scary or not, maybe this is the beginning stage. I don't know how long is this going to go. Because I find this whole thing ridiculous. Really, really ridiculous.